this is basically a walkthrough on our van and what it looks like. Since we picked it up from the dealership, we've pretty much done nothing with it. So this is what you get when you buy it brand new. So obviously, yeah, true. Okay, so we've got the DO35 hitch. This is, again, it's the first time we've ever had a DO35, and it's quite a good explanation on how it works and why it works. So that was good. We've got the ratchet handbrake. The chain, some places we've bought two vans before, they don't always necessarily come with D-shackles on them. Ours did. It was good. We actually bought D-shackles beforehand thinking, here we go again. But when we went down there, this already had the D-shackles on the chains. It's a small thing, but we didn't expect it. It was a good touch. So it comes with a sidewinder jockey wheel. So we bought the Boss one beforehand. That's what we wanted. So when we got home, we put the Boss on it. Obviously comes with the rock tamer. We put the anti-sway bar attachments on it because we've, like I said in the last video, we're used to doing that, and it changes the ride height for us and how it drives. So we chose to do that. And this is the port tap. Yeah, so the whole thing shifted this way and snapped the tap and the fitting off. So that's my repair job today. Yeah. Yeah, so it comes with the two 9-kilo gas bottles. This is part of the all-terrain pack that we upgraded for, so you can see on here, that's what they mark it with, the sticker all-terrain. And it comes with the big toolbox. It's obviously got the jerry can holder on the side, and then, yeah, the slide-out drawer. There's one on each side, identical each side. Okay, so on this side, so we've got the gas bayonet fitting. That's a standard. So tunnel boot, really wide tunnel boot, the widest ones we've ever dealt with before. They're massive. You can see the PVC running through the guts there, and again, what we said in a previous video, with the composite walls, that's how they have to run the wiring through. So yeah, it's through there. We've got a light switch on the inside, and that turns our light bar on the front on. And you can see we've also added that front window. Here's our picnic table that you must lock to close. So that was a big thing for us. That was quite new for us. This is the part Joey was touching on. So if you want to go into the TV hatch, and most times when you open your tunnel boots or whatever, that stays in that position most times. But if we did that and we come down, we're gonna, actually it will miss it. I thought it was gonna hit it, but it will miss it. It goes under it. So I don't know what the difference was. Yeah, when we were looking at it last time, it looked like it was going to hit. Yeah, but it misses. But anyway, yeah, so we've got the bracket that's mounted inside for the TV. And we've got the power supply, so 12 volt and 240 power supply already in there, in the antenna fitment.
Great thought, though.
Watching the footy outside in the footy season. Oh yeah. This is our year, or next year's our year. It's all good. Okay, with the all-terrain upgrade, so we went from 15-inch to 16-inch tyres, and the brakes are upgraded from the 10-inch drum to the 12-inch drum. Obviously, when we're talking about our all-terrain upgrades, if you have a look down through here, you can see we have the independent suspension. Yeah, so coming from roller rocker that we're used to, we now have independent, so quite happy about that. Another thing that we get with the all-terrain pack upgrade is a dual automatic step. So we'll go inside soon, but for those who haven't seen it, you just press a button and you've got access inside the van. Yeah, so we're used to just having a single steel one that you physically grab and you drag out. It worked really well. Honestly, didn't have any complaints about that, but this is obviously better. It's an upgrade. So this is another change that we did. So the factory standard version, this arm on the awning pretty much ended here, which meant that this tunnel boot was in the elements, exposed. And two things that we didn't want that for is, A, we wanted to have an option of having a barbecue here under an awning, if it was raining or, you know, whatever. But also, if the awning ended here and you get a bit of rain coming this way, a bit of an angle, and that door's open for air or for whatever reason, you're going to have rain going across there. So we wanted the awning to be extended a little bit bigger. So I think from what I remember on the contract, this is a 17-foot awning. And yeah. Other addition that we asked for is extra awning lights. So above each tunnel boot, we've got one there and one at the front that's sitting a little bit lower. And again, that's for barbecuing or any time at night. We want to have some sort of extra vision, we can. Okay, as you can see, we're quite close to our gate down here, only just squeezing it until we until the dog gives up the ghost. This is where it's going to be living. Righto, so it comes with 2 massive D shackles for towing. Hope to never ever need it, but one each side. Yeah, 2 water tanks obviously at this side of the axle, which is good. We fill them up and we don't put all the weight over the tow ball, which is great. I'm coming over this side again, so this is a tunnel boot, obviously a tunnel, one at each end. So that's what we're looking at with our room on this side. So this one here sort of comes over a little bit further toward the front of the van, whereas the other one they had to move over slightly to get that arm in. So we're going to have to look at what sort of room we have between here and here to whether we do have a barbecue slide there or not, or how it's going to work. I don't know yet. This van's only been in the yard for 24 hours, so less than that. Righto, so we didn't have the quick connect fill points, so we have just the ones that we're used to, which is to stick the hose down the hole method. So tank 1 and tank 2. We have down here separate individual drains for your tanks. So obviously it's fairly simple. You just drain tank 1 or tank 2 out. When we hook up to mains pressure when we go to a caravan park, this is where we do it. So it also comes with an option in here where your water pump's housed. You've got 2 different taps, so tap 1 and tap 2, or tank 1 and tank 2. If you're free camping and you don't want to use up the entire 2 tanks and you're concerned about how you're going with it, you can isolate one tank and you can drain the other one. And if you do use more than you anticipated, you go, okay, it's okay, I've used up more than I wanted, but I've only drained 1 tank, I've got that whole other tank to go, then you can tip that one on. So I think it's an easy addition, but it's a nice touch. Hot water system down here, obviously. This was a bit of a debate between Joey and I. So Joey wanted the continuous, I wanted the tank. And I think we're both right in their own way. So Joey's thinking it'd be great, because we go to mostly caravan parks, to have hot water continuously coming through, have a shower as long as you want. That is good. The side I was thinking about is, for those who have continuous systems on their house or even in a van, you'll know that it doesn't come out instantly hot. The water has to go through the elements before it generates the heat and goes in. And I was thinking about the waste of water on that point. So having instant hot water out of a tank, have your quick shower and get out, you're not going to use as much water, more for when you're free camping. So that's why I wanted to go that way. And I'm tight. I like to spend less money. So, I mean, I'll just consider this a victory. I got my way on this one here.
I got the wood bench for that.
Okay, sweet. We're awesome then. Yeah. We'll deal with it. Okay. Yeah, windows up top. So that's for around the club lounge, which we go inside soon. Then we've got fridge and a fridge vent and oven vent, I think it was.
I actually think it's air conditioner. Sorry, freezer.
Freezer, is it?
Freezer and
okay.
Fridge.
Well, we're still learning that side of it, but yeah. So anyway, we have vents. So this is your toilet canister. So just the catchment for all your waste goes in there. Look, it's fairly standard for how, for most people that would have used it before, but basically you just lift it up, pull it out, dump your waste, put it back in there. I'm not going to pull it out and go into detail. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube to show you how to use that. But what have we got down here? Okay, so for grey water. So basically you can turn your tap off underneath here further. There's another tap. Sorry?
Tape already coming off.
Oh, yeah, around the conduit, yeah. Yeah, so you can bypass using the tank, the grey water tank, and you just open your tap and the water flows out for like a normal caravan park site. But you can also do a flush. So if you open this tap, stick a hose on there, it just flushes straight from the tank and dumps the water straight out. It's a good way to clean it. Lithium battery inside the housing here. Yeah, I think that's it on that. So plug your 15 amp power lead in there, and the breaker on the outside here. So there's if you trip everything out, probably the first place you would check. And yeah, the other side of the toolbox here, which is exactly the same as the other side, has a slide out drawer inside it as well. So I think they advertise that that's a good spot for your generator or whatever you want to use. So I think that's pretty much it for the outside. Look, I'll get on the roof later and have a look. We haven't got up there yet. I'll see if I can do it from the toolbox. Yeah, so it looks like we have here the solar panels. We've got the aircon in the center, the hatch for the shower. At the back there, the little spaceship looking thing's a TV antenna. Then we've got the second aircon behind it all. But yeah, I'll send the drone up there later on. We'll have a look and see how it all looks. Something I probably didn't touch on this end here. So we've got the breakaway system on here. So it obviously comes with a bit of a stretchy lanyard to attach to your tow vehicle. And it also has anti-sway. So it wasn't a factory thing that we added, that we had on it. It's something that we had to add to it later on. But we've got the anti-sway or electronic stability control. So that's actually mounted up under it, and it's powered by the house battery, not the car. So as long as you've got battery power in your van, it works itself out and distributes your brake evenly. And I think that's it for the outside. We'll go inside and have a look. Okay, so for those who haven't owned a Caravan before, we're going inside now. To secure your door on the outside, you just open it like a normal door with a door handle. And on the outside of here, move that away, you have like a little thing on the side that you can just put in a position. So that's obviously for opening the whole thing up and securing it. If you want to have your screen door separated, you just turn your handle upwards and it opens. So to close that up, obviously you've got two little latch points, or three really, one in the center as well. Just make sure all of them are pressed in. And that's it, it locks in place. So yeah, we'll go inside now and have a look. I'll take my own knees out. Okay, so welcome to the inside of our van. Very, very pleased with this. So to start with, working our way around in a somewhat clockwise direction. So inside the door, you have a roller blind that you can roll up and down for extra privacy. Okay, so when you turn the outside light on, we have a blue little, I guess what do you call it? Your drunk light.
Absolute drunk light.
So you have your drunk light there. That's right. So it's there that helps you step in and not come a gutser. So obviously got the black handle. I think that's probably because of the black pack we got. A little bit of a cupboard on the entryway, which we're probably going to put barbecue gear on it, given that it's right next to. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's right. We'll sort that out. Yes, that's a cupboard there at the entryway, and obviously fire extinguisher. So welcome inside. So starting from scratch, again in somewhat a clockwise direction. So what I touched up here is our power supply. So we have a battery on-off switch up here, and we have our battery health, I guess you could call it, how much charge in the battery, how many hours approximately remaining on that, and the light on lights up, how many volts is in the battery, your water tank displayed on the side, how much solar is coming in. That's not showing any solar at the moment. I'll have to look at why that might be the case. It might be a reset we have to do. I don't know yet. Righto, so moving along. So we have our rear club lounge. So one of the additions that we wanted added to this was this footrest. So basically the footrest folds up like any other footrest would. And it locks into position up here. To take it down, you just put your hands under it and flick two little switches and it folds away. When we looked at this originally at the show, I'm going to say it now, I thought it was ugly. But what it was a piece of white, like covered material, like particle board. Well, I thought it was.
Boxed in.
Well, what it was that frame down here, and then there was a bit of a channel that ran down here all the way along. It followed the shape of that. And it was all just that. And when we asked for the footrest to come on, I didn't know. I knew the footrest would be upholstered.
Like that one.
Yeah, like that, but on this side here. So we knew the footrest would be upholstered, but I didn't know if it was going to be just sticking an upholstered footrest to that, or they're going to redo it. So it's good they've actually taken this out, and what we've noticed so far, the 2025 model, so next year's model, comes like this. So I'll take ownership of that. I'm going to say that Crusader themselves have gone, that's a great idea, Chris, and they've changed it all. But anyway, that's what they've done, so that's great. So that's just, the end of the cupboard. They've taken all this away, so it's a lot cleaner, and they've gone a whole upholstered side, which is fantastic.
Hopefully they just fix that and don't make them so long.
Yeah, so
They haven't made many.
our tick cushion, which is obviously designed to go like table turns, drops down to ground level, and the tick cushion goes on top, makes this essentially a bed. But because this sticks out so far, it's pretty much in line with its cushion actually, it fouls on it. Yeah, it needs to sort of come in about here. That way the table can go all the way to the ground, the cushion will go on. Rest of the club lounge stuff, but we've got cupboards for days. They're surrounding the entire thing, quite deep, quite good. Open this up. Yeah, quite good. And you can see the windows. We're completely surrounded by windows. While we're on windows, to show you how they work, we're used to a full magnetic strip being around here. That's no longer the case, so it's actually a latch here in the center. So I'm bad for just releasing this and letting it. So I'll learn from this one. So you just release the clip and then bring it down. And same with this. If you want to, just have a fly screen, you just lock it into position. That's it. But look, I don't think one is any worse than the other, the magnetic design or this design. But what I can say, if you weren't in your van for a couple of weeks, especially in hot days, that magnetic strip all the way along got really, really sticky. Become a mongrel, especially if you're in a tight bunk spot where we were. You had to sort of reach over the bunk and try and release it, and it was difficult. But this here is just one clip in the middle, so I think that's going to be better. Well, the small amount of times I did it was a pain in the ass. Yeah. Righto.
This is the reason why we changed vans, guys. The rear club lounge.
Yeah.
We have a 16-year-old child that would rather sleep in the swag now, so we didn't need bunks anymore. And all of the storage.
Yeah, a lot more storage than what we're used to. Okay, back around this direction. So, for what we understand, and I haven't had it confirmed yet, for what I understand, they're going to look at stop doing full benches across here when you've got an oven or a stovetop. And from what we've seen, basically that is mounted on the top. And obviously that takes up a lot of your bench space. So, like I said, I haven't had it confirmed, but from everything I'm seeing so far, it looks like that's a standard now. So I'm so glad we got in when we did, because we lose all this. So range hood under here. Again, more cupboard space all on there. I think it's just cupboard space and a power point for the microwave. It is. Yep. We've got 2 power points under here and a touch light under here as well. Yep.
Vent underneath the sink. I didn't notice that.
Oh, neither did I. It must be to do with the microwave. I don't know. So black pack. So we touched on earlier on, we've got the black pack with ours. So basically means your sink, your tapware, surrounds, towel rail, that sort of thing, all black. And I think it looks magic up against Joey's must-have of the timber grey. It does look good.
No, you said magic.
It does look magic, yeah. It does. The splashback, there was plenty of options down there, plenty of different colour choices, but none of it stood out to us would look good against the timber from our personal preference. So we went for the white.
It wasn't even just the timber, it was the flooring as well and the cupboards. Like, we wanted it all to match. Yeah,
so we've gone for the white because
there was lots of nice ones.
There was. There were like different marbly looking things and whatnot. That probably wouldn't look too bad, but none of it stood out to us that that's the one. So we went for the white, and we could do something with it later on if we want to, decal-wise, whatever Joey does. So possibly we could do something like that. But at the moment, as a neutral, I think it's probably not a bad choice. Righto, so down here, we will. Okay, LED strip. We're going to get onto the LED strip soon anyway at the end of this, because there's a switch involved. But the LED strip was standard in the prints, and we loved it. So we wanted something like that, and obviously everything has a price, but they decided to add it in for us. It's a $200 edition, but we like it. It's ambience. It don't have to have all the downlights on at once. Look, it's probably more of a novelty, to be honest, but time will tell. We actually think it looks quite smart.
I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. I might as well go on to it now. So one of the big questions we had, which you might remember from previous videos, was, is this LED strip dimmable? Because it was in the prints. At the time, we were told probably not. But when we were doing the walkthrough, had a look up in here, and lo and behold, there's a switch, and it dims everything right down. So yeah, it made it quite nice. So you can come in at, it's during the day really bright. That's fantastic. But at night, when it's dead of night, and you walk in, you've got all these bright LEDs in your face. I think dimming it down would be great. So the oven. So basically the cooktop is as we were what we've experienced previously. So you've got your 3 gas burners and your electric cooktop. So that's fairly standard. Inside down here you have a grill. they're all gas. I'm pretty sure that's gas.
Yeah, it's gas. That's why we didn't get the oven.
Yeah. Yeah, so what we're used to having is full oven down here. And as was explained in the previous video, we don't really use that. Where some people swear by it, good on them, we don't. So we asked to have that deleted and have a pot drawer installed instead. Because a massive deep drawer, something we haven't had. And it's quite good. It's very, very large. And we're going to be filling that full of deep pots.
Yes, I am.
Yep.
As soon as you're finished.
As soon as I finish doing all these videos and annoy the crap out of Joey. Right, so yeah, so we've got obviously drawers everywhere. Something I didn't touch on is this is the 3-way tap that we had installed. This was
so expensive to order, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth it.
Look, I don't know what this cost standard to go in, but to upgrade from the standard one to this one was $600 and something. We went further in this in the other video as well, but we have it now.
Was it 600 or 300?
No, 600. 600, maybe it was 630 something. But yeah, either way, it's bloody expensive. Look, for us, we cannot justify how they got that price, but we still did it because to change everything over from standard would be a pain in the ass, and you've got to get the matching tapware. I think it's probably not a dumb move to do it while we did it, when we did it, because like I said, trying to match everything and get it all plumbed in would have been a headache. If I got the standard tap and then had to change this myself, I probably would have paid someone $600 to do it. It would have been a pain in the ass. So don't regret that decision at all. Filters inside down here. I'll close that off, and then we'll look at the next part that we changed. So this door was a concertina door. So basically retracted back onto here into a bunch, velcroed onto the wall. Then you obviously unvelcro it, and it might have been magnetic. I can't remember how it was, but attached to this side. We wanted a door. We took a photo of a door similar to what we wanted, and they said, yep, we'll do it. From this point, it looks like the 2025 model is a cavity slider.
Which is what I wanted.
Yeah, originally that's what you wanted, but I don't regret this because it looks really, really nice. It's the black surrounds and the frosted glass. I think it looks magic. So definitely not against that at all. I said I was going to go around in a clockwise direction. Why don't we do the whole kitchen thing while we're here? Because
no. But you want to show them the problem with the door that I've got?
With which door? Oh, this door? Okay. Yep. So
not the end of the world.
No, it's not the end of the world, but we'll see how it goes. To open, it opens inside like this. And what's the main thing you use in a kitchen? So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the beauty of it is, I guess, your toilet in your bedroom, you don't necessarily want to stare at all the time. So you can just close it off and have something nice to look at while you're doing that.
So I can just leave it messy and no one will know.
Pretty much. Yeah, so it's hinged this way. Now, we'll explain why it's hinged that way in a second, but it's more to do with the aircon in there, but we'll get to that. Yeah, so that's probably the only downside to that. I'm not totally against it, but it's probably a slight negative.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
This fridge is by far the biggest fridge we've ever had, and we are stoked to have this much room in a fridge freezer. This is the 224 litre.
We don't have to squish everything in the fridge anymore. So we go away for a bit longer than a weekend.
Yeah, loads of room in there.
Which isn't very regular, but
no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's quite good. Now we opted for, obviously you had the option of the compressor fridge or the three-way fridge, and we chose the 3. That way we can run gas as well as electricity. Again, mixed reviews from everyone when you read online. Some people love one, other people love the other. We chose this way because we had the flexibility of different power options, but also we're very used to it. We're not used to this model, but we're very used to that way of running things. So happy with that. Don't know any different, so happy that way. Coming back around in here, so we've got gas, electric, hot water system, or it's a hot water system. You can power it by electricity or gas, and turn the camera on and off. So it comes with a wireless camera, camera on the back of the van pointing out that way, wireless monitor inside the ute to pull us around, and we can see what's happening behind us.
Which is amazing because again, at handover, he set it up for us.
Yeah, bloody, we just had to drive out. It was fantastic.
It was really good.
Radio, CD. For those who still have CDs in their life.
I do.
Yep, so we'll probably use that.
Great to admit it.
Yeah, so we'll be listening to, what is it, So Fresh or something?
We can listen to some Dixie Chicks and whatnot.
Yeah, happy days. But it has Bluetooth option and everything else, so all modern mod cons that we all use. So 2 separate isolators for the air conditioners. We've got light switches overrides, so if you don't want to use the remotes, you can. We'll touch on that in a second, but there's overrides, and then fuses for solar panels and that sort of stuff. we've got more storage up the top, and the storage just mimics all the way around here, just so deep, really good. More 240 volt power supply here. We have another TV bracket on this wall here, so this can come to 2 TVs. Hey?
Storage.
More storage, yeah. So big deep drawers. They're massive. That's obviously the boxes the brackets come in, but yeah, just massive deep drawers all the way through. Yep.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt.
Yeah.
With the fridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
When we're parked up, to have that little breathing air.
Yeah. So pack it away. Close the fridge. When you're finished and you want to get home and just let it air out, turn that. Saves you sticking a towel in there like we used to.
I don't think you have to latch it in there.
Well, where we park, you won't have to because we park facing down like this. But yeah, but that's an option for us.
Better than a towel option.
Yeah, we were.
Remember, I used to leave them totally open and you could never get through. And every time you go through, you kept closing it. I'm like, open the fridge, let it air.
I'm not a very domesticated person, so when I see the towel hanging out of the fridge, I'm like,
hey, the towel wasn't always in there. That was just to get any condensation. And after I cleaned it and whatnot.
Yeah. And then I walk past and she must have dropped the towel there. And I take it out, close the fridge, we get inside, and Joey's like, that's to air it out. Oh, okay.
I used to leave it wide open just to try and keep the doors open.
Yeah. So inside here is our washing machine, and this is what Joey was talking about in the last video. So it's a bit of an oversight when they installed. So on this side down here, they have water drainage hose.
Can you see it? Oh, yeah.
So if you pull it, yeah, down in there.
Sorry, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, anyway.
It's in there somewhere.
Inside there's a hose. But because that's squished the whole thing over this side, you now have up here where you put your laundry detergent and it hits on the hinge. So it's not a huge issue. All you have to do is sort of twist a little bit that way and pull it out. But it is a flaw. Whatever.
I just worry as it gets older, it will get brittle and it will just crack it.
But there's another thing that we didn't even think about actually. Because the table, the top has a bit of overhang, you can't actually tip anything into here. That's as far as it comes out.
You can use your little cup, maybe.
Yeah, you might use a cup. I don't know. Right, so that's the washing machine. I haven't even looked down here, but I think this is just a flap down. Yep. Just above the wheel well. There's another power point for the washing machine down there. And then obviously there's storage under the entire tunnel boot. In the tunnel boot from the top of the club lounge.
It's because you can lift your cushions up too.
Yeah, the whole lot comes up and out.
We won't be doing that though.
No.
Pain in the butt.
Obviously we've got the hatches with the complete shade or the
We got
climate.
the standard ones. We're not rich enough.
That's
for
right.
4 seasons.
They're only within your means.
But they're not that bad. Like you should open it.
So apparently you just twist it like a motorbike and you can choose which height you want to go to.
I don't think we need a broom.
No broom. Well, we've got the smoke alarm out here next to the door, and we've got internal speakers as well as the external speakers. Yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but I think that's it for out here. Okay.
We've got the air conditioner in here as well.
Yep.
Obviously.
Oh, remotes. So remote controls. So what they give you is you have labelled Crusader light switches, which you can mount wherever you want. A recommendation would be to put one in the bedroom and one out here in the living.
In your drawers.
That'll be a discussion for later, but I like the idea of being able to mount one at the door and one at the bedroom so you can control every light from either one, doesn't really matter. So you have 2 options. And we've got the 2 air conditioner remotes and the 2 TV remotes in here, and we have the remote for the CD player thing. So yeah, they're quite cool. And I think that's it for out here.
They are cool, and they're labelled, so we
Don't have to worry about getting
won't
labels.
press a million buttons.
Yeah.
To find the right light.
Yeah. So coming through the door, we've always wanted a club lounge since even when we had the bunk when Josh was in the bunks, we always wanted a club lounge, and now we have one. But all the commentary beforehand online and even when you talk to people at shows, the biggest complaint everyone's always got about a club lounge is that the aircon out here in the living area doesn't do a lot for the bedroom because of this skinny and gap here for the centre ensuite. And at times they have a large drop down beam across the top there for the doorway, so the air hits that and goes back.
Yeah.
So the must for us was a second aircon. We don't have experience with a club lounge. This is our first one, but we're going off. You've got to go off what everyone's telling you, and there's been so many people have said you've got to get another aircon or another way of doing it. That's why we did it, and that's why this door hinges out at this point in time.
It won't fit.
Yeah, it won't go. It fouls on that. So it is what it is. So that's now like that. You'll see the shower door when it opens. It only just, Joe might be able to go high with the camera to show how close this goes. It shaves it so close. So that's why that hinges that way. And this has a bit of an extra bit up on top of the shower where it drops down. If we had that extra beam up the top here, we probably would open it the same way. But either way, that's the way it is. So that's why we have a second aircon in there leading to the bedroom.
Not for cold toilet runs.
No. Well, if you wanted to refrigerate yourself in the toilet, it's a good way to do it. So inside here is our ensuite. Sorry, Joey. So we have cupboards up the top. That's how they obviously run the power through and in through the, let's just back up. Power goes in through the housing that they put in here because we have the composite walls. Full composite walls, roof and floor. So there are sections where they tunnel through to run power to certain things. But there are other parts where they've had to run the power cable through tubing inside here or through housings that they've had to make. So that's just the compromise with full composite. I mean, it looks fantastic. And even though I've got a bit of a sweat up in here at the moment in the sun, I still think it's probably doing a little bit more insulation than your standard.
Yeah, well, I can stand in the bedroom right now and there's nothing open.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been close up since we parked it, and it's not like you can still breathe. Whereas when we were in the other one, it was hot.
Very stuffy.
Open the window or something.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. I mean, I know it's not a 40-degree day, but
no, you're right. It is good to know. So black pack continues into here. So we've got the black sink and the black tapware. On the back of the cavity slider door in here, we've got our black towel rails and toilet paper holder. Yeah, it's got the toilet. Okay, so up here, inside here was a hatch that was the same as the one in the shower. So we've had that before in our previous Caravan, and we didn't like it purely because of the yellow tinge it produces in sunlight or in light.
It also let a lot of light in.
Yeah, so if you're asleep in the bedroom, that wasn't much of a block out. There's light beams in. We wanted that removed and put the aircon in, but we're also conscious that this is a toilet. We want some sort of ventilation, even just the shower. You get it in the steamy shower and you're drying yourself. You don't want everything just full of steam. So this had nothing on the wall. This was just a plain wall. So we had the window installed as well. So we can open that up and have a bit of ventilation and whatnot. Yeah, look, cupboards. I'm just opening these now because it's the first time I've opened them. But yeah, as you would expect, sort of plumbing, hot and cold water, normal pipeware. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for putting the light in, Crusader, because we thought we were just going to have to use this one.
Yeah, we thought our little touch light here would be the only light we have in here.
Which is actually pretty bright, so I wouldn't have been on.
Yeah, but look, there's a separate switch now for ensuite lights. So if you just want to use a toilet, you can just press the ensuite switch. Just this light comes on. We didn't ask for it. We asked if there would be a light in there, and the answer was we're not sure. It wasn't a formal request from us. So they've seen the flaw and rectified it themselves. So
I thought they would put a light in, but you were dead against that.
You get nothing for free these days, so I was thinking there's no way. If we're not asking for it, it won't happen. But it's done. And we got the credit for removing the hatch. I mean, so...
I'm pretty sure we used the credit on this filter up.
Yeah, it's been used. But still, I mean, they could have easily said, yeah, you can put up a downlight, which another $50 or $100. And yeah, that would have been up to us. But that was done without us even having to say we need something formally put in there. So I think it was quite good. Yeah, so we've got the cavity slider door here, moving into the boudoir. Probably the only thing we really changed in here was this had a dust scupper up in here, so a dust reduction thing. So for those who don't know, driving along, catches the air, forces air inside here, so neutral pressurization. What do they call it? It's supposed to reduce the amount of red dust or normal dust coming in through different vents. We don't do a lot of that sort of driving, so not yet. But if we do go that option, I think we'll probably go an electric option like Caravan or something like that, probably go in the same spot. But the reason we wanted this removed is, apart from the fact that we don't normally use it, it apparently attracts a lot of condensation. So those different temperatures, the water will form up in there on that aluminium or steel, whatever it is, and just drip down here onto the floor, onto the bedside. So we also had 2 Sirocco fans as part of the black pack. Reading light's obviously in here, also part of the backpack.
Got USB chargers because I don't think you mentioned that in there.
Yeah,
USB chargers underneath it.
Oh, yeah, down here. Yeah, okay. And then you just press a button to go on and off. Yeah. Don't believe that these are Siroccos, but I don't know if they are a Sirocco brand or not. They look identical, but either way. The one negative that we had during the handover, and there's nothing against everything RB, they wouldn't have known, but these they came shipped, folded away, latched into position, so it rubbed up against the inside wall. So when we got it, and old mate was showing us, he folded out the way to show us how they turn,
My heart's sunk.
and there's this black as your boot sort of mark right there. So we got home, and I just sort of rubbed it off. The black stuff just flaked off. It was actually off from the back of this, and I can't even see where that's worn off. It has marked a little tiny glossy bit where this is more matte. Not a major issue though, like considering this would be folded away most of the time. But yeah, so that was a negative. So your back window, I don't know if we mentioned that yet, but so your back window that you really, really wanted, it's actually a front window. That's been added there in addition. So originally the standard feature was that upholstered bit goes right up to the ceiling or to the edge of there, right around. So obviously they cut that off, upholstered to the bottom of the window, and then yeah, you have a window in there with a cover on the outside, so you can see your ocean views or whatever you want to, and get that extra airflow.
We need to go camping.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go over here again, and I'll show you what the wardrobes are like.
You could have just showed them outside.
Could have done.
It's the same.
So this is like a standard wardrobe you'd expect to see in most caravans, this sort of model. So you've got your hanging space in there. It's kind of deep toward the back. We have a pull-out drawer, which are generally quite long. And then on the inside, we have our 240 volt and 12 volt power supplies. Can't see. That's okay. So basically what we do, we'll give you another way to look at it, is another option is to, sorry, if you're not sure what's going on with plastic, Joey wets the bed a lot. So it's got plastic on it.
I can't wait to rip this plastic off and put my topper on it and get going.
So these middle bits here come out. They're just a press-in kind of thing. And then you can see inside there where the power supplies are. So you got your 240 volt and your 12 volt power supplies. Yeah. We've seen videos before where people hinge these so you can open them like that all the time. At this point in time, I don't really see too much of a point, but we'll just put it back in there.
People use it for sleep-out machines.
Oh yeah, there you go. And it bangs back in.
My cat does that.
It's quite loud, but it's got to be secure so it don't fall out, so that's why it's like that.
The pouch.
Oh yeah, pouch. So this is our...
It's our tip cushion that we can't use yet.
Yeah. So the pouch...
You could use it.
Probably will. Yeah, it's a magazine holder. So we haven't had one before, so this is a bit of a novelty for us, but that's what it is.
We always wanted one, but we wanted it above the door. That's not going to fit above the door.
No. They don't put it on anywhere because it's everyone's preference where you want to put it. But in this van, it will really only fit on that side or this side of the door because that's what it is. So yeah, that side obviously it's got a TV on there. So probably, I can't say it's putting it on that side. Maybe it'll go here. I don't know, but...
I don't know, because look, it's got the brackets, the flex arm. So you might be able to put it on.
But yeah, look, I mean, that's the idea. So you have to go and get your own double-sided tape or whatever and a Velcro attachment to stick it to it, and that's what we'll do. But yeah, that's him. And the only other thing to touch on is the battery management system. So I'll get the Terrorizer down. Up. And we will have a look at something I know bugger all about. Righto. So yeah, look, self-confessed noob with battery management systems. I don't know a lot about it, but from what was explained to us, this is our battery management system. So our battery terminal or battery wires go in, our solar wires come in. These are the ins or negatives and positives for the appliances inside the van. Over here is your DC to DC charger, which obviously helps your solar charging. So from what I'm told, this is a standard as a 20 amp DC charger, but when installed with the same branded BM Pro, it actually ups to, I think you said it's a 30 amp. So it's just going to help our solar charging. So the only sort of thing that I really took out of this, being such a noob at it myself, is that you have a reset here. So if you have any electrical issue, something's not working, something's not on your electrical panel at the front, if something's not reading right, or you got a light not working or whatever, the first thing they tell you to do when you ring them is, have you hit the reset? So there's a little switch down the side here. I'm not going to press it at the moment, but there's a little button down here. It actually says here, press to reset. Hit that, everything shuts off for a second, comes back to life, and you give it a couple of seconds and you have a look and try that thing again. So see how it goes.
We just did in the last video to fix that solar problem. Everybody I know fixed it.
That's right. So that's a good thing. Now you have over here a storage switch mode, or storage switch. So if you're putting your van into storage for a period of time, you don't want this thing constantly draining power, flick that, disables everything. So pretty smart. And the other thing which I found quite interesting was that you can control your van now from your phone. And it's not all that surprising in modern society that you can do everything from an app. So when we got down there, there's a pairing switch down here. So you hit the pair switch on the side there, and then a light inside here starts flickering. You download the app, try to pair it. It might ask for an update, ours did. And then all of a sudden you can control everything from that one screen on your app. Turn your lights on and off, and look at your battery, your water levels, your battery levels, that sort of stuff. So that's pretty cool, yeah. So that's about as far as my knowledge goes on VMS. There's a lot of tech-savvy people out there probably shaking their head right now, but whatever, that's not me. So that's it on that side of things. Yeah, my brother's pretty switched on with it.
Did we show the shower? We didn't last time, but I feel like it cut out.
Okay, let's just have a look at the shower now. So we've opened it a couple of times and had a look at how close it goes to the roof, but that's obviously the yellowy tinge thing we're talking about with our fan, and there's a black pack with the shower. So yeah, we'll recommend it, because obviously from standard it comes with a cable tie holding the shower head on, because when you drive around that can fall off and do damage to the head or to the inside of the shower. We ran a Velcro strap in our vocationer, and we didn't really have any problems with it. People will say grab a bag or something to wrap the head in, and then it can just stay around there. And yeah, but that's going to whoosh around on the floor.
We'll have it, yeah.
We're going to go get Velcro again, because it worked for us really well. Just before you take off, you just got your Velcro strap around there, rewrap it. And to replace it, it'll probably cost you $2. So
you didn't have to replace it.
And we never replaced it in 5 years.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. So look, overall, very, very impressed with what Crusader delivered. It was what we expected, also what we paid for, but I think it exceeded my expectations. It's very hard these days to buy something from anyone. We often use the excuse, how much money have I got to pay these people to get the job done right? And from what I can see, without having taken it camping at the moment, but from what I can see so far, really impressed with the finishes, the quality, the way it looks, the communication. We dealt through everything RV, as I've explained before. They were fantastic. The handover, the colour selections, dealing with them at the show when we first decided to do this. It was never at one point did we feel like we were just a number and just chucked in the pile. Like it felt personal. Legitimate. Yeah, personal, that's probably the best word for it. Yeah, really happy with the way it all turned out. The colours are exactly the way. I'm not going to take credit for it. I helped decide, but Joey, this is your baby, and I think the colours came out magic.
Sorry?
I'm particularly impressed with how we had no choice but to do our overhead cupboards had to be the same colour as what's going in the bedroom. And when we look at that, especially with the black handles on the bed sides.
Can't really see straight away.
No, but your black handles on the bed sides. I mean, I think it looks really good. Yeah. Everyone has their own personal taste, but for us and our personal taste, this is exactly what we wanted, and I have no regrets at all with any of the decisions that we made.
Lord help us.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Joey? How you feel about it?
I love it. It's great. The quality just feels worth it.
It does.
It's a lot of money to spend on a van, and you're always concerned. But yeah, I think it was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, no complaints at all.
I love looking through at the roof and not seeing any
no seam lines.
It's all one
big composite piece. Yeah.
Well, there's a problem with the other one. It looks smoother, sleeker.
It does. Yeah, look, we're happy with it. Vans have been modified endlessly since the dawn of time, and this is where we're at the moment. Composite walls and seamless, and look, you get your downsides. Okay, so outside a full composite wall, you get those little tiny ripples that you see occasionally in different lights and whatnot.
Yeah, that'll have to get used to.
But if that's the only negative and you've got a solid structure, you know, you've got no framing in it, it's great. So yeah, that's it. So the next video will probably be our first camp, which we got booked for in a couple of weeks.
How exciting!
Yeah, look, it's not going to be a huge camp. We're going to a place that's more local to us. Hopefully the weather holds out and we can go.
One of your favourite.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites just because it's simple and it's close to home, that sort of thing. But anyway, we're going to do, we'll probably do a video of that. I'm hoping to get a bit of a drone footage of over top and see what the roof looks like, and we'll get a bit of a close-up on what the finishes are like on the roof. But yeah, until then.
Till then, it's pack time.
Pack it in. Righto.
Bye, guys.
See ya.